What's up everyone, I am the Tennis Tactician, and today we're talking about what to do after your partner hits a return. So the reason I want to make this video is that I feel like a lot of players, after they see their partner hit a good return, they stay back and they don't move in, they don't get aggressive enough with that next shot. So let's say your partner hits a return at the server's feet and you see the server drop their racket head below the net, and they have to hit up on that next ball. So what you're going to know is that that person that's hitting that ball below the net, they're not going to be able to hit it very hard because, again, the shot is below the net, but also they're mostly just going to be trying to place that ball. They're going to have to hit up on it. So that's really an opportunity for you as the receiving player's partner, to take advantage of that ball, start cutting off balls and playing aggressive doubles. So one thing to note, after you see that the server has to drop their racket head below the net, you want to start moving forward, get as close to the net as possible so that you have the best opportunity to knock off those balls, because as you can see, if I stand back, you have more opportunity to hit the ball around me than if I'm in closer to the net. The second piece of that is that you have a better opportunity to hit the ball above the net and back down at your opponent's feet. So you're going to be able to generate more power when you're hitting down at the court. Think about it as if you were hitting an overhead, but I mean in this case it's a volley, so obviously don't swing your racket as much, but you'll be able to get more power because of that. So that obviously puts you in a good position to win the point. So today we're going to go over two scenarios: what to do when your partner, your receiving partner, hits a good return back to the serving player. And the second scenario is what to do when your partner hits the other player at the net, and how to position yourselves effectively to win that point. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm going to be at the service line as I would when my partner is receiving the ball. The server, so we're going to play this out as if the server is working on their next ball. So my associate over here is going to drop feed the next ball, and then you're going to see me trying to take advantage of that ball because I recognize that he's got his racket head below the net. He's going to have to hit up. I want to get as close to the net as possible and take advantage of that ball. So here's what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see from that scenario, it really pays to be aggressive, get really tight to the net, cut off the balls, hit that next ball down hard at your opponent's feet, put yourself in a good position to win the point. So now we're going to go into the second scenario: what to do when your partner hits a return that's back at the player at the net, and where to kind of position yourself to get ready, best be prepared for that next ball. Okay, so in this next scenario, we're going to assume that my receiving partner hits the next ball to the player at the net, and what to do in that scenario. So it's going to be important to note that when your partner hits that ball to that player at the net, you don't necessarily want to move backwards unless you see them with their racket head high above the net, where you feel like they're going to hit the ball really hard at you next. If they're just kind of getting their racket head ready, then you want to position yourself tighter, so probably about here, so that you kind of get in front of them more, so that you reduce that angle between where you are and where your partner is, because what they're going to want to do is they're going to want to hit that ball between you, either between you or at your feet. But you want to take away at least one of their good options, which is playing that next ball between the two of you. So close off that angle. And I mean, I see a lot of players that will just back up immediately, but that's really not what you should be doing. You have to stay in there and be brave, and this is something that you should practice. Is probably somebody feeding balls at you where you're tight to the net and you have to react really quickly. And to do that, I mean, to get those next balls back, you really just have to move your racket head here and here, and the force of their ball will give you power to hit that next shot. So here's what that looks like. Okay, so that's today's lesson. In summary, when your partner hits a good return, you really want to go as quickly into the net as possible to give yourself the best chance to hit that next ball above the net and back down at your opponent's feet. When your partner hits it back to the player at the net, move more towards the center so you can cut off their angle in between you and your partner, but also make sure to stay put, stay in there, and try to just move your racket head so you have the best opportunity to react and get that next ball back across the net. So that's today's lesson. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next lesson.